So we're going to look at a pass that I've been working on from single leg X. Okay, we're calling it the dribble pass. It's a dynamic pass, okay, and I'm going to show it from two different levels. So from when you're slightly more static and you're down on your knee, okay, and one when you've come up standing. So first of all, I just want to cover the idea behind the pass. Okay, so yeah. So when you're in single leg X, okay, something that you have to deal with, okay, there's no real way around it, is this connection of the foot. Okay, so that's always a priority, okay, is dealing with this connection. However, with this foot out of the equation, the idea now is that I want to travel forward with my hips. Okay, this frame is going to stop me from getting my hips to the inside space. Okay, if in an ideal world I could say to Omid, oh, just move this out of the way, there, I've passed the single leg X. Okay, but that's not realistic. They're going to be keeping this in tight and stopping me from having access to the inside space. Okay, so what are we going to do? Well, why don't we just push it out of the way? Okay, so I can push this out of the way, the leg's no longer framing, I can see the inside space, and I can sit in. Okay, now I've passed the guard. Again, is that realistic? No. Okay, if I push this out of the way, and then I try to come forward, the leg comes back. Okay, so what if I keep my hand on the leg? If I push it away and keep it there. Okay, now the problem is I can't travel forward with the hips because I'm just bumping into my own arm. And if I remove this arm, the leg comes back. So the idea behind this pass is that I use my trailing arm to block. Okay, so I dribble the leg. Okay, and now I've created a block with the arm that's not blocking my hips. Okay, so in this scenario, I can travel forward and Omid can't replace the frame. Okay, so that's the idea behind the dribble pass. So now we're going to look at the two different levels. Okay, so we'll look at the standing level first. Okay, so this will be more dynamic and it could potentially come off a sweep. Okay, so there's a lot of sweeps these days that end with one leg caught forward, and if they know how to play single leg X, then they'll naturally just set up this connection. Okay, so we're going to drive ourselves to standing immediately, and all I'm looking to do is peel this leg off. At the same time, I'm looking to frame or counter frame on Omid's frame, and I'm just going to take a step and I'm going to feed my hand through, look, and I create my block. Okay, the usual reaction of my partner when I block this leg is that they'll try to create a panic frame with their arms. Okay, so what you need to do now with your lead arm is deal with their new frame. Okay, so my trailing arm has dealt with the frame that they created with their legs. My lead arm is just going to snatch this up, look, and I'm going to pull myself in nice and direct to the inside space. So with a bit more pace, hey look, as soon as I pluck this off, I'm going. So, and I pull myself in. So that's from standing. When we're down on our knees, okay, it's a bit more static. So what I like to do is underhook this leg. Okay, so once I've dealt with this and I pop it off, I shoot through and grab. Okay, the reason being, everything's a little bit slower. And if I just pluck this off, a lot of people are hooking underneath immediately and setting up the full X. Okay, so I need to avoid that new connection with this leg. Okay, because again, as soon as this connection is made, it's going to stop me from traveling. Okay, and it's giving Omid some control in this scenario. So as soon as I pop this off, okay, and there's a variety of different grips you can take. Okay, everyone's got a different way of dealing with this connection. Okay, there's a million different ways on YouTube. Okay, but it's more of a fresh idea, a fresh approach to dealing with the single leg X. Okay, so once I've got this underhook now, Omid's now going to be able to establish a new connection with this leg, and then the idea is the same. Okay, so I start to press on this, I adjust myself so I'm traveling forward with my hips, and then I'm gonna quickly switch to here. Okay, again, Omid's gonna create a new frame with the arm. I use my lead arm to snatch and pull myself through to mount. So from a different angle, from this angle. So the standing one from this angle, okay, is a bit more dynamic. So look, we're going. Okay, so we'll do it with the frame as well. So we're going here, coming through, pulling ourselves to mount. Okay, and the option when you're down low, so whichever way you're going to use to pluck this off, whether you go to the foot, or whether you peel out with your elbow, you're looking for the underhook. Okay, so you've got time in this position now. Okay, Omid tries to progress with this. Look, you can ride out this position. Okay, maybe they'll try to buckle sweep, or they're trying to do foot lock. Okay, so you just need to be wary of the different threats. And then when you're ready, look, the hand goes to this leg. I'm going to start stepping out, and I feed through. Okay, so I dribble that leg to my trailing arm, counter connect, and drag myself into mount.